BRRRR is powerful. BRRRR is how you create the net cash flow and the net worth out of thin air. If you know it and you understand it, you are going to be successful at it. This is video number 2. We went through why on video number 1, exactly how you create cash flow and net worth out of thin air. This time we're just going to go over what is BRRRR and the 3 key fundamentals of BRRRR. This whole series is to empower investors or people wanting to invest and understand exactly what BRRRR is over and over again as people jump into BRRRR without understanding the full concept and how it really works. And they get to the end, they get to the part where they refinance, and either that doesn't go well or they just can't repeat it and they just sell them off. Let's just go through exactly BRRRR, what it is. We all know it's buy, rehab, rent, refi, repeat, but it's actually a little bit more because it is buy good under market properties. The biggest thing is under market properties. You're not looking for retail. BRRRR is not a retail buy strategy. It is only used for buying properties that are under market. But you also want good properties. You want properties that are going to rent, that are going to appraise. BRRRR, what you're doing is you're transferring using money to buy properties to actually using your sweat equity, looking for properties, making sure you find the perfect properties. Number 2 is rehab. When we're looking at rehab, it's not like a flip where we're looking to get into it with high end. It's really getting into it for rental grade. But it's not only rental grade, it's quality. Because you got to remember, when you go to use the refi portion of this, you're going to actually have an appraiser walk through and they're going to want to see that the work was done and the work is quality work. You're also going to want quality because, getting a renter in there, you want something that's kind of bulletproof. You're not looking for high-end finishes. You just want your real estate appraiser to walk through, look at the property and say, yes, this is what the market around it looks like. Because remember, he's going to take comparables on that property. He wants to make sure you've done a quality rehab, but keep it at rental grade. Don't spend the extra money because you're not going to sell it or flip it. Rent. You need to know your numbers before you purchase. You need to do the research and make sure this property is going to cash flow. Before you even buy a property, you need to know exactly what it's renting for in that neighborhood. If taking it from a 3-bedroom to a 4-bedroom is going to give you extra money or if it's not going to be worth it. Know your numbers before. Go to Zillow, go to rentals.com, talk to property managers, find out what properties are renting for in that area. Next is refinance. Sooner or later, you're going to have to put it into a long-term loan, and we're going to go through that in the next video, why there is 2 loans involved in BRRRR. But just understand that when you get to the refinance, you really want to set yourself up, put you in the position that you're using a rate and term versus a cash out refinance. They talk a lot about that on Bigger Pockets, go do a cash out refinance. But really, you're limiting yourself and you're costing yourself more money if you use cash out over rate and term. Once again, we're just going through concepts now. We'll go through that, exactly what that means and what it looks like in a future video. The key to BRRRR and being able to repeat is putting little to no money into property. If you have a lot of money, if you're an investor who has a lot of money, you're just transferring it from your investment accounts to the properties, then you're better off just looking at retail. But if you are an investor looking to create the wealth, create the cash flow, thin air, you really want to keep repeating this. An ideal situation is maybe 10 properties in 3 years or 5 properties in 2 years. But to be able to repeat, that means you're going to have to find properties that have little need for money out of your pocket. You need to be able to not take money out of your savings and everywhere else and put it into this property, or it's going to be hard to repeat. We're really looking at no money into a property. That is the ideal BRRRR way, is putting little to nothing into this property so you can go out and find your next one and your next one and your next one and create that investment portfolio that creates a generational wealth. In this video, we're looking at what is BRRRR. We went through exactly what makes up BRRRR and what you should look at. There are 3 key factors that we've seen over the last 15 years of doing these kind of transactions. Key number 1 is finding good under market properties. You need to get a team together, wholesalers, REO, real estate agents, anybody and everyone who can help you locate good under market properties. The second key is it takes money to make money. It doesn't have to be your money, but you need money to create and use the BRRRR method. So you need to understand all of these principles as you walk through this. You need money to make money, but it doesn't have to be your money. Key number 3 is you need the planning and knowledge. You need to understand exactly how BRRRR works, and that's what we're going to go through in this whole video series. Why 2 loans, how to find the properties. You need to understand before you dive in. Where we see most people fail is they don't plan, they don't understand why they need to get the refinance approved before they even start buying. And if you don't know that, you don't understand what kind of hurdle that creates when you go to refinance. You need to understand the whole process, the planning, the knowledge, all of those things puts the power back in your hands. So just to recap today, video number 2 is, what is BRRRR? We went through, you have to buy good properties, make sure you rehab them up to rental grade, know your numbers on your rents before you start, not only get the refinance, do rate and term and cash out, but actually get approved before you buy, so you know exactly what you're getting into. Knowing where you're going before you get there is this. And to repeat, you really need to find the properties where you have little to no money in. Through the series, we're here to help you be comfortable with BRRRR, understand BRRRR, and part of that is also mastering the money, because you need money to make money. You need to understand the leverage. In the next video, we're going to go through that. Why are there 2 loans involved in BRRRR? Why do you need a buy loan and a refinance loan? Can't you just use one loan? And the answer is no, not to create the wealth. And we're going to go through that in the next video. If you have a question or you have a deal that you want us to look at, email us. Our email is below. And as we always say, happy investing.